Tonight, I want to tell you a story, one that many people never hear anymore. It's the story of the tribe of Dan, one of the tribes of Israel. Well, it begins when Jacob blessed his sons. In Genesis 49 to 16:17, Jacob said, Dan shall judge his people. Dan shall be a serpent by the way. That meant Dan would be strong, sharp, and capable of leadership, but also able to fall into traps of deception if he wasn't careful. Years later, when Moses blessed the tribes in Deuteronomy 33, Dan's blessing is missing. It's as if a cloud had already formed over their future.
Why wasn't he there?
Let me tell you why. The book of Judges, chapter 18, explains that the tribe of Dan struggled with obeying the Most High. They couldn't hold their land, so they wandered, searching for a city that was easier to conquer. When they found the peaceful people of Laish people, the Bible says lived quiet and secure. In Judges 18-7, they attacked them. But before they did, they stole a man's idols, his carved image, his ephod, and even his priest. Judges 18:30-31 says the tribe of Dan set up those idols and worshipped them for generations. They turned their back on the Most High.
But what happened after that?
This is where the Apocrypha gives us even more understanding. There is a book called The Testament of Dan, part of the ancient testaments of the 12 patriarchs. In his final words to his children, Dan confessed his own struggle with sin. He said he fought with anger, jealousy, and deceit. And then he warned them that these same sins would follow his descendants. He even said, and this is in the Testament of Dan 5-6, I read in the book of Enoch, the righteous, that your prince is Satan. Dan warned that evil influences would lead his tribe astray if they did not cling to righteousness.
So even Dan himself knew his descendants would struggle?
Yes, my boy. And in the book of Jubilees, the tribe of Dan is mentioned only in the listings of Jacob's sons and their early duties. But even there, the writers show that Dan's tribe was not always faithful to the covenant. Over time, they wandered far from their identity and blended into other nations. And by the time we reach the book of Revelation, chapter 7, something shocking happens. When the 144,000 are sealed from the tribes of Israel, the tribe of Dan is not listed at all. It is completely missing.
Grandpa, does that mean God forgot them?
Oh no, my child. God never forgets anyone. Even when people fall away, His mercy still reaches out. In Ezekiel 48:1, when the prophet describes the future kingdom and the land being divided once again, Dan is given a portion. That means the Most High still remembers them, even though they fell into idolatry, even though they drifted into darkness. God still left a place for them in the restoration.
So what does their story teach us?
It teaches us that when we turn away from the Most High and chase idols, whether they are statues, desires, or temptations, we can lose our way, just like the tribe of Dan. But it also teaches us that the Father's mercy is greater than our mistakes. Dan fell, but God still offered hope.
I want to stay close to the Most High, Grandpa.
And that, my boy, is the wisest choice of all. Blessings to the hearers and the doers of his said word. Like, share, and subscribe. Most of all, pray and study to show thyself approved.